playing a ton of Outpost Rush with the bow, and it actually performs quite well. I will run you through the build that I'm using, and I'll try and give you a breakdown of what I have learned using the bow so far. I am running bow as my primary and hatchet as my secondary. The reason for the hatchet is because of the survivability. For those that don't know, the ultimate passive for a hatchet is a perk called Defy Death. If you equip a hatchet just before you're about to die, you'll get a 3-second immortality window. What I found is this works with the bow really well, especially if you're running light armor. Light armor makes you very squishy, and the hatchet just gives you that escape card when you're outnumbered or you have too many people on you and you just need to get out of the fight. For my attributes, I'm running 370 dexterity and 50 constitution. The aim for the playstyle of this build is just to do lots of damage from range and avoid melee combat as much as you can. For abilities, there's two main abilities you should be running, which is penetrating shot and rapid shot. Penetrating shot is your big range damage dealer. It's by far the easiest ability to land because of how fast it fires. I usually open with this ability as it stuns the player and does a nice amount of damage. Just keep in mind it has a 16-second cooldown. Rapid shot can kill a player very quickly. If you land all 3 hits, it deals almost over 8,000 damage. I find it works best when you are close, but it does animation lock you, so you just need to be careful when you decide to use it. For your third ability, it's really down to preference. I personally like Poison Shot as it does nice tick damage, it's very easy to fire. The only issue with that ability is this massive cooldown. If you like Evade Shot, then go with Evade Shot. The reason I don't use it is because what I find is it animation locks the character and it doesn't do enough damage to justify how long you're being locked away from the fight. I know it gives you a bit of a gap breaker. For me, I just find it a lot easier to roll away. But again, if you prefer that ability, then go ahead and use it. I just wouldn't replace it over Penetrating Shot and Rapid Shot. Rain of Arrows also works really well in PvP. It just takes quite a while for the arrows to come down, but it's a nice ability to use in a group of players. For the bow, I'm running Torrent just because it's an easy to get high gear score bow that most players have access to once they hit level 60. There is some best in slot perks you can get for bows. I'll try and run you through what I think they are, but obviously this might change over time. There's 5 perks to keep an eye out for, which are the following. You have Keen, Vicious, Enchanted, Keenly Jagged, and Keenly Empowered. Now what I think are best is Keen. Crit damage with bow is very good, so the more chance you'll have landing a crit, the better. Enchanted, having 10% extra damage is just a bit of a no-brainer. A perk that I find really interesting that I think shouldn't be overlooked is Keenly Jagged. Now what Keenly Jagged does is it applies a bleed once you do a crit and has a 10-second cooldown. Now the bleed usually ticks about 100 to 120, but if you hit a 2000 shot, then after 3 or 4 seconds it's ticked 4 or 5 times, you've hit a 2500 shot in that window. I spent a lot of time trying out the different gems and seeing what works best. For PvP, I decided to settle with the Emerald Gem. What the Emerald does, it gives you 20% extra damage when your target is below 30% health. It just means if you get your target low, there's a very good chance that you'll be able to finish them off from that damage bonus. Onyx does a deadly 30% extra damage if the target is at full health. Great for doing big damage openings. However, it does mean if the player just takes even the tiniest bit of damage, the gem now becomes useless. The Diamond Gem gives you more damage at full health. This is a really good one. If you can manage your health efficiently, you can almost give yourself a permanent 15% damage bonus. Quite difficult in PvP, but worth considering. Now finally, Opal is an interesting one. It complements the bow really well. It gives you a 15% damage bonus when you're not at full stamina. What I find is when you roll, your stamina does replenish quite quickly. There's a lot of times you'll be shooting and you won't be maximizing that bonus. But if you're good at managing your stamina to proc that damage bonus, then I recommend going for Opal. Anyway guys, I hope that helped. I'm pretty new to this style of content. They do take me quite a while to make, but if you want to see more videos like this or other builds or anything like that, let me know in the comments. I'll leave you with some Outpost Rush PvP gameplay. But yeah, thanks for watching guys.